Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we are talking about the spell Chaos Bolt.
Oh, no. Chaos. It's random.
Chaos.
Things are happening. This is from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. It's a first level evocation spell. It takes an action to cast. Got a range of 120 feet, instantaneous duration for somatic components. You hurl an undulating, warbling mass of chaotic energy at a creature within range. God, I love the words they use in these spells. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d8s. The number rolled on that die determines the attack's damage type as shown below. So it's acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, poison, psychic, thunder. One of those 8. If you roll the same number on both d8s, the chaotic energy leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice within 30 feet of it. Make a new attack roll against the target. Make the damage roll, which can choose chaotic energy to leap again. So basically, 1/8 of the time, you'll get a bonus creature to get hit with this. And then an eighth of that time, you'll get a bonus creature to get hit.
1/64 of the time, yes.
Yeah. And it will cascade like that indefinitely if you keep getting outrageously lucky. A creature can only ever be targeted once by each casting of the spell. So if there are not two things within 30, if there's only one thing within 30 feet of it, it can't back and forth infinitely. It'll just hit once, hit the other, be done. At higher levels, it does an extra d6 of damage, which is, sure, fine, whatever. I hate Chaos Bolt. I hate the spell so much.
I don't hate it, but it is a disappointment.
That's why I hate it.
Another disappointing chaos magic kind of thing where you look at it like Chaos Bolt. Oh, this is gonna do some wild stuff. Nope, it's just a little bit of different type damage.
Yeah, it's chromatic sphere with slightly less damage most of the time.
Yeah.
That's our chromatic orb. The one that does 3d8 of the type of your choice. You get to pick that time. This does 2d8 plus a d6 of the type of your choice. And 1/8 of the time hits another creature.
All right, I'm a little bit confused though. All right, target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Yep. Choose one of the d8s. Oh, sorry. All right, so you do get a little bit of a choice.
You get to pick 2 from the 8 most of the time, or you are forced to pick the same one and it jumps again. So, like, if you roll 2 1s, it does acid damage and it jumps. If you roll a 1 and a 6, it does 7 damage and you can pick poison or acid.
All right, wait a second. How much damage does this do?
2d8, which determines the typing, plus a d6. And then the scaling is a bonus d6 for every spell level.
But the 2d8 counts as damage, though.
Yeah.
So, all right. But yeah, one of the d8s. All right, so acid damage is also going to do crap damage.
Yeah, acid always does 1. So if you ever can do acid damage, one of your dice is at least a 1, which is a bummer.
Yeah, all right. Well, you got a little bit of control. I'm still not thrilled. I'd like it to do other things. I'd like it to impose conditions or make weird stuff happen.
So what I'll say it has going for it, if this between this and a chromatic orb, you're trading down a dice size for basically ignoring a creature's damage resistance, is normally what chromatic orb says. Is it ignores creature's damage resistances and does 3d damage on hit. This does 2d8 plus d6 damage on hit, and usually dodges creature's damage resistances, with then the niche upside of, instead of doing a third d8 damage, 1/8 of the time you do attack a different thing, which is a lot of text for an effect that isn't that exciting nor that reliable. This is a spell that, like,
I think it's a little bit exciting, but yeah, not reliable.
So, like, if you ever roll double 8s, this feels like the champion of spells, right? He does 16 damage for 16 plus a d6 damage, plus jumps to something else for another attack, which is super cool. If you ever get that 1 in 64 shot where it does bounce twice, it'll be epic. But it'll be only as epic as 2d8 plus a d6 to 3 things. Which is like, remember, Burning Hands can do 3d6 to 3 things pretty readily. That happens pretty often, and that's a first level spell that just always does that. It is always able to hit a cone of creatures. This is occasionally able to hit, and when I say occasionally, about 1/8 of the time is able to hit 2 things.
Able to attack 2 things. I mean, they can still, like, you still have to hit.
Yes. If you miss, the spell still does nothing.
Yeah.
I can't get behind this, especially, like, if you get to the upper tiers, your cantrips will be doing more damage than this. Once your cantrips are doing 3d10 damage, you don't have any reason to cast first level Chaos Bolts anymore. And if you're not casting this like as when you would start using this in a manner that you're going to start seeing the repeated results mattering more is going to be the upper tiers. Whenever you're sitting on 3 second level and 4 first level spell slots, you're a lot more flexibly casting because you got higher level stuff for the more important encounters, right? They replace your cantrips oftentimes in the upper tiers because you don't necessarily need to be falling back on cantrips because you got such a deep well of resources. But whenever your cantrip starts doing more damage than this, you go, well, okay, I'm trading less damage for a chance of this bouncing, and it costs me a resource, and the cantrip doesn't. I don't know. And if I'm comparing this to a cantrip in the upper tiers, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's particularly castable. I mean, it's still going to be 2d8 plus a d6 to something. That's fine enough damage at first level. If this ever hits, it'll be like, yeah, that did a good chunk of damage, but it's just never going to be amazing. And its ability to miss really is like a nail in a coffin whenever you got magic missile sitting right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my proposal for improving this. All right, instead upcasting as it stands, you do a d6 extra damage.
Boo.
Yes. My proposal, instead of doing a d6 extra damage, you do a d8 extra damage, and if any of the 2 plus this d8 is doubled, then it jumps.
I think that would be really, really silly. And the upcast versions would get very like if you're getting 8d8 on this, it basically is usually jumping, which is hilarious. Because then you just be like chain everything. But for the record, that's still everything within 30 feet of a target. So it's not like crazy busted or anything.
Exactly,
like that.
yeah.
That's just interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool direction to go too. At least then if we'd be talking about this in the upper tiers, it's like a pretty cool little bouncy chain chaos spell. That's not what it is though.
No,
Unfortunately, I would rather have it seen like it do a menial like effect based off each of the types, like cold reduces speed by 10, fire ignites things not being worn or carried that it passes through, you know, lightning they can't take reactions. Like give me a little bit of reason to care about the damage types beyond it dodges a single resistance type, which is normally again the best case use for this, which isn't even that good of a use case most of the time. So like, yeah, I don't know. It is a side grade to chromatic orb that good of a spell? Not really. And this is a sorcerer exclusive, so
Oh, sorcerer got screwed with this one.
yeah. Wild Magic Sorcery is already a little bit contentious and challenging to use the way a lot of players want to use it, and this definitely doesn't help that cause.
Yeah. If any spell I don't care that the wizard gets to,
Yeah.
this one that nobody's using anyway.
Yeah. Again, I don't think you're going to be offended to cast this in the first 3 levels of the game. I think you're going to hit with it occasionally and see it do, you know, 15 damage and feel pretty good, right? It'll hit like a truck enough at level 1 where you'll be like, wow, that did over half the bugbear's hit points. That was really good. It can miss, and it being able to miss is a real bummer when it happens. And it has so much better options, so many better options that you could take instead that I can't justify giving this more than a 2. I think it's a bad attack roll that occasionally does something cool, but that cool thing is it hits twice.
You know, it would be fun though, if you hit a creature like the primary creature that you're worried about, you hit him with double ones, and then yeah, doesn't do much to him, but then it bounces off and blasts the crap out of his little minion.
Yeah, the little lackey that's
yeah.
just like, you know, you shot the dragon in hopes of doing a grievous wound. It does 4 damage to him, tickles him, he snorts, and then it slams down into the kobold for like 30 some damage. It just explodes in a crater.
Well.
If only the spell did that.
Well, no, I mean, I'm saying that's
It usually doesn't.
not 30 damage and explodes into a crater, but I'm saying you could bounce, you know, your double ones could bounce to another creature and do
double 8s.
You know, yeah. And that could be fun, but that's
I don't want to take a spell where 7/8 of the time I'm not getting the upside of it, and then the super upside of it I will literally never see happen.
Yeah. If yeah, I like gambling spells that have like higher risk, higher reward. This lacks the high reward. Like even a triple jump is not enough to get me excited enough to want to use this. Because, well, I mean, not a 1/64th chance excited.
Yeah, right.
You know?
1/64 chance they should have their heads explode or turn into pigeons or something crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm probably not putting this on my sheets.
Can you give it better than a 2?
No, I don't. I think it's not a 1. It can do decent damage. It has opportunities to do more, but like you said at the beginning, it's a disappointment, and I'm not giving it a 3.
Couldn't do it.
All right, man. Now I'm feeling bummed. Thanks a lot, Chaos Bolt.
Thanks, Chaos Bolt.
All right. Well, that was Chaos Bolt. Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone for joining us. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Are we wrong? Do you love Chaos Bolt? Tell us why.
Have you seen it jump more than once? That'd be incredible. I've never seen the spell cast, so I'm assuming the answer to that question is no. No one's ever seen it jump twice, but maybe.
Have you ever seen it used? All right. Yeah. Give us your Chaos Bolt stories in the comments. Until next time, goodbye.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it, a gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.